Well, how about we talk about some sports?
Ooh.
Sure.
Sports.
Sure.
Someone, I saw a few people in chat booing me because they like the White Sox.
You booed the Sox?
Yeah. I'm a Cubs fan. What can I say? Whatever. I went to a bunch of Cubs games as a kid. I listened to Harry Carey. I sang with that dude. It was fun. I watched him win. I was in Sweden actually at the time.
When they won the World Series?
Yeah, it was like 4 a.m.
Right on.
I was
there. I was outside
like,
Wrigley.
woo! Started screaming in the house. I was like, oh wait, it's 4 a.m.
4 in the morning in Sweden.
I
probably woke a bunch of people up. I
was outside of Wrigley Field.
Cool.
And cops were lined up like it was going to be a riot.
Uh-huh.
And then after they won, like most people just walked calmly home in huge crowds.
Oh.
Yeah, it was great. Standing outside of an empty stadium, and they won. And it's a crazy moment for the Cubs, man.
Man, what an awesome game. That was such a good series.
Well, why don't we talk about this guy here?
Anyway, yeah. Sorry, what are we talking about?
Mike Gundy apologizes for pain.
Hold on, let me prep my ears for a Tim rant.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I think you know.
Did you get it out already? See, that's what I was telling you. You gotta
save it.
Man.
They got to hear it.
Yeah.
Check a story out. Oklahoma State Cowboys coach Mike Gundy apologized Tuesday for the pain and discomfort he caused his players and others because of a T-shirt he was photographed wearing, and vowed positive changes for his football program.
While fishing.
What pain was caused to anyone because he was wearing a T-shirt?
Yeah.
It said,
for a news network.
Seriously.
Because it's the network that Trump likes. But they're far right.
Not even.
The apology came one day after running back Chuba Hubbard took to social media to call out Gundy for wearing a T-shirt from OAN, One American News. A photo showing Gundy wearing the shirt appeared on social media. And the day that followed, Gundy and Hubbard appeared in a video message together that drew widespread criticism. Then Hubbard posted twice more about needing to hold Gundy accountable for pushing for change. In the Tuesday afternoon video, Gundy said he met with his players, who told him why the shirt affected them. One American News is a far-right news network that is often cited by President Donald Trump. What does far-right mean to these people? You can call it a Trump loyalist network.
Sure,
but are they like
fair.
Are they laissez-faire capitalists arguing for the dissolution of the regulatory state?
I don't think so.
Are they
really
ultra
like
traditionalists saying that women should get back in the kitchen?
Nope.
No, they're
at
just
all.
Trump supporters.
Yep.
It doesn't mean anything far right. This is the funny thing about the far left is they're literally Marxist.
Oh yeah.
Like they're actually advocating for a far left economy and culture.
Oh yeah.
The far right isn't even far right.
Nope.
Anyway, all right. The network, which is a fraction of the audience of Fox News, I don't see why that's relevant, has tried to position itself as a place for a pro-Trump audience that believes other conservative news outlets have become too mainstream in their reporting. It recently criticized the Black Lives Matter movement. I had a great meeting with our team today. Our players expressed their feelings as individuals and as team members. They helped me see through their eyes how the T-shirt affected their hearts. Once I learned how that network felt about Black Lives Matter, I was disgusted and knew it was completely unacceptable to me. And it was at that moment that my spine fell clean out of my shorts and I seemed to have misplaced it. No, he didn't actually say that.
He was on a boat at the time.
It fell in the water.
So maybe.
And then I tell you what.
Accident.
And then a fish jumped right up and grabbed it, and then it swam away. And I'm like, oh, geez, what am I going to do? So now it's really not my fault that I have to apologize. I mean, my spine was stolen by a fish. Right?
You know what it feels like? You know the horseshoe where they're coming back to meet each other.
Yeah.
So it feels like the far left has gone so far. It's like when you go off screen and you appear on the other side of the screen. That's what it feels like. They're like. Boop. Now they are the far right, and they're looking around. They're like, "Oh man,
well,
this is where we are now."
It's the horseshoe. They touched.
Yeah.
That it's like someone tweeted that it's the teardrop theory.
That
authoritarianism ends right at the same spot.
I've never seen more racist stuff than I have in the past.
He apologized. Check this out. I want to apologize to all members of our team, former players and their families, for the pain and discomfort that has been caused over the last 2 days because he wore a T-shirt.
Wow. To go fishing.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
For all we know, somebody was like, yo, here, you got your shirt wet. You're like, oh, you spilled your beer. Here's a shirt. He's like, okay, and he puts it on.
Yeah, and also, when you fish, you don't wear your good shirts.
Yeah, seriously.
You wear the shirts you don't care about.
You don't care about anymore.
Right. It's like, what? Come on. Well, I mean, I used to be a fisherman, so like I know the deal. You get blood.
You don't wear a tuxedo to go fishing,
yeah,
Adam?
it's not a clean, I don't know, sport or hunting. Hunting isn't clean.
Right, exactly.
Check this out.
Silly.
You want to know the world you're helping create, Mr. Gundy? Saints quarterback Drew Brees apologizes again for comments.
What
I
did
will
he do?
better.
What did he do in the first place?
Oh.
He said, "I will never agree." I think he said, "I will never agree with someone who kneels for the flag."
Yeah, someone who disrespects the flag.
Disrespects the flag.
Right, because my grandfather fought for it.
Yeah,
That was his line.
that was it.
That's it.
That's it.
I will never agree with someone who disrespects the flag.
So you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to disagree with someone.
Yeah, apparently
I will
not.
never agree with you.
No. They're allowed to disagree with you, and you got to bend the knee.
Right.
Peasant.
So all he said was, "I won't ever agree with somebody." That's it.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's sad.
And no. But did you notice I
And he
read
needs to apologize
again?
twice. Yes. Again.
No, I think he did it like 4 times, to be honest.
His wife did it too, and
Well,
everything.
the more you apologize, Drew, whatever your name is, it's like, dude, the more you apologize, the more they're gonna want you to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
There is an
It's just
ancient
a cycle. Oh
There's-
wait, we could probably get another one out of him.
Oh, totally.
Squeeze harder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, struggle session, bro.
Yep.
Keep smacking them around. There's an ancient, I believe it's a Greek proverb. A society grows great when people plant trees in whose shade they know they will never sit.
Yep.
This is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Drew Brees and Mike Gundy are like, "Oh, sorry, son, I got to chop the tree down because they're mad at me."
They say the tree is racist,
So the tree is coming
I gotta
down.
chop. It's a white oak.
Oh,
so
man. Ooh.
yeah.
A white oak. Is that a real tree?
Yeah, it is. That's a real thing.
Oh, nailed it.
Nailed it.
Welcome, my friends, to the world that people like Mike Gundy hath wrought.
Wonderful.
SDG&D worker fired over alleged racist gesture says he was cracking his knuckles.
Oh my gosh.
Let me take you to a world and tell you a grand story. Once upon a time, there was a Mexican man, who was out for working on his dream job, he said. Finally getting a job with the electric company. He was driving his truck on the way to work one day when he stopped at a light.
Okay.
Outside of his car, he reached his hand and stretched and decided to crack his knuckles. And in the midst of cracking his knuckles, a zealous fanatic noticed, that his hands had made a particular motion.
Oh.
Oh no.
Dare I say, this man was accused of making a white supremacist hand gesture.
Oh my gosh.
And he got fired for it.
I'm so sick of that.
And he
Dude.
got fired for
The
it.
OK symbol.
Uh-huh. The perfect signal.
I just took,
Here's a photo.
I just took the course for scuba diving. You know, you got to take a course.
Oh, no, you can't use that anymore.
Oh, is that part of it? Because it's in the
It
book.
is in there. Yep,
when
I know.
when you need to show that everything's okay, that's the symbol.
You can't
Yep.
do it. Nope.
You can't.
Take a
do
look at this. Look,
I'm
look,
gonna
look.
do it. I'm gonna do it, Tim.
You want to do it? You want to get
To-
clipped
to-
out of
when
context?
I'm
I'm gonna
taking,
do it. I'm
You
gonna
have
say
to.
okay.
You have to in the test. That's what you. They're like they test you. Like, all right,
You
so
know
what's
what'll-
the symbol for okay? And
you know what'll happen
show 'em
right
what-
now?
Everything was okay.
You know what'll happen if you make the OK symbol right now on that camera?
What they'll clip it.
They'll
Yep.
clip it
Yep.
and they'll say white supremacist show.
my
I'm not
gosh.
kidding. I'm
Don't do
100%
it.
serious.
Yeah.
And then it'll appear on a bunch of far left sites, and then you'll get people who work for NBC News sending it to Google saying they're making white supremacy hand gestures.
People are so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Well-
starting to feel you now, Tim. I gotta push you up, push
Listen.
you away.
Look at this image.
Get away.
Hold the picture up.
Okay.
You
Here
see
we
what
go.
he's doing here? That's not even his index finger. You can see the shadow between his fingers. It's clearly like
Yeah,
his
it's
ring
middle
finger.
ring finger.
He's
yeah.
cracking his knuckles.
Oh,
He's
my
a Mexican
Lanta.
dude. He said he didn't even know what this was. He said, when my supervisor said that I was being accused of doing a white supremacist gesture, that was baffling. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get over this, but to lose your
Aw.
dream job for playing with your fingers is a hard pill to swallow.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Dude, it's
This
beyond
is
ridiculous.
insane.
man.
This
This
is not
insanity.
fair.
Look at the chat. Everybody's just...
Oh no.
The
Thanks,
chat,
everyone.
as far as I'm concerned, is just telling us that
Based.
everything's okay.
Yeah, I
That's
tweeted
right.
it once.
I love you,
Good.
chat. Chat, you guys are awesome. Yes. Where am I? This one?
Yeah. Yeah.
When
Chat.
this-
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
When this whole thing started, I tweeted the OK symbol.
Yeah.
And then responded to it saying, I just want everyone to realize things are going to be A-OK.
Yeah.
And a bunch of leftists started going like... screeching and like
I love
running
it
around
when
in
you do that.
circles.
That's great.
And they were like, Tim Pool's mask has slipped. He's done the emoji.
Oh.
I'm like, oh no. I used an Apple emoji on my Twitter account. What does that mean? These
Quick,
people are
you
nuts.
better cancel the emoji.
Bro,
Ugh.
I once
I'm
made a...
surprised it's still a thing.
Seriously.
There was an article that came out
Mm-hmm.
that said it was from the Guardian, I think, that mixed race people have something called something akin to hybrid vigor, where it's like there's less likelihood of genetic defect among people that are further apart in genetics.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I made a video about it, jokingly talking about mixed race supremacy,
Oh gosh.
and they started
Oh,
screaming.
no.
Yep.
Oh no, Tim.
But what do you think the left said? What do you think they called me when I made that,
A
that
white
video?
supremacist.
Yes.
Of course,
That's exactly
yeah.
what I would
I'm like,
have guessed. Yeah.
what?
Excuse me?
This is why I can't stand these people, because I can't even make a joke about myself
Yeah.
talking about a scientific article where it's literally talking about why homogenized race is less is more likely to have genetic defect.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even say that, because no matter what you do, politics flows in one direction.
Yeah.
It's like make the okay hand gesture, white supremacist. Give a middle finger, white supremacist. Do the dog wolf pack from NWO, ooh, white supremacist.
Do anything.
Do a bird.
Do
Ooh,
anything other than what we say.
Yep.
White
Yep.
supremacists.
Yeah.
Wear an OAN
That's what I'm
shirt,
seeing now. It's
white
like
supremacist.
Yes.
people.
Don't wear a don't wear an OAN shirt. Also white supremacist.
Yeah. Silence is violence, man.
Silence is
What are
violence.
you going to do? Yeah.
Silence is violence. Speech is violence.
You overcook the chicken. Jail.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight to jail.
Exactly.
You
it is.
undercook
to
the chicken. Jail.
Believe it or not, jail. Yeah. Okay, but hold on. Let's break this down. Silence is violence.
Yes. Yes.
Speech is
Tracking.
violence.
So far, so good. Yep.
Violence, physical violence.
Not violence.
No, is violence. It is.
Oh, it is?
No, I'm sorry. Self-defense.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
And violence against property, not violence at all.
Protest.
Protest.
Processing grief.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, hold on. Violence against the vulnerable of the wrong race.
Fine.
Restorative justice.
Ooh,
Right.
Yeah.
So when they attacked, that's a joke I made on Twitter. When the rioters came and trashed a bodega owned by a minority couple in the Bronx.
Okay.
I'm like, well, you have to understand, these are property owners. This is
Oh,
restored. You think I'm joking?
Do you think they actually owned it, or were they renting the space to
Oh
run
yeah,
their
they're
store
probably
in?
renting it. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So they probably weren't
But-
even property owners.
Right.
So you have poor people in places like Ferguson, and when the rioters come from outside of Ferguson in Missouri and
Yep.
smash up the local businesses,
Mm-hmm.
the woke lefties in their ivory tower go, well, you don't understand. It's restorative justice. They're fighting back against their oppressors. I'm like, what are you talking about? They torched the local community.
Yeah.
There's no one oppressing. It's like, it was a hair salon, dude. It was owned by the lady who lived
oppressive.
2 blocks away.
Right.
Like,
Your
what are
next
we
door
talking
neighbor.
about? Yeah, seriously. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Take a look. Look, this guy.
Oh, it's poor dude.
Here's the crazy thing. Check this out. NBC7 spoke to the man who originally posted the picture on Twitter. He has since deleted his account and said he may have gotten spun up about the interaction and misinterpreted it. He says he never intended for Cafferty to lose his job. How much you want to bet that dude's white?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I would,
I'm sorry.
bet a lot of money that
I
he's
gotta-
some white dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to go full SJW right now.
do it.
Oh man.
Have you seen that meme? Have you seen the meme?
Get him, Tim. Get him.
Yes.
Have you seen the meme where it's a woman being force-fed milk?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's the other meme where the guy's looking over his
Yep,
shoulder.
they're combined.
And it's
Oh, yeah.
all white people.
Yep.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
White
It's-
guilt.
it's-
The milk is white guilt.
The milk is white guilt,
Fittingly
right?
enough.
Yes. And then
Yeah.
it's white people pouring white guilt into white people's mouths while a white person looks at the guy shocked while the white person looks over his shoulder at the white guilt like it's good. And I got to say, man, it's funny how they rag on white people all day and they prove their own point. The most privileged, narcissistic egotists are literally them, and they happen to mostly be whites.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Guilty conscience, man.
maybe, there was someone brought this up. Do you know what reset the clock is? The hashtag?
What is it?
It's a meme referencing when a male feminist turns out to be a rapist.
Oh man.
Because it happens so often. So
Like
whenever it happens,
clockwork.
like reset the clock, like days since,
Oh, geez.
a male
3
feminist was
days
accused.
since,
Yeah, but I've heard your explanation of this, and it makes total sense.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I was going to bring up.
I
Yeah.
love
Go ahead.
this
Go
theory.
ahead. Yeah.
When, or just why feminists are feminists.
No. The male feminist turns into a rapist. It's because they're only being a male feminist
To get laid.
to get laid.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's not about being
But-
a feminist.
The other point is that if you're a feminist
Mm-hmm.
and you're surrounded by these kind of dudes, and then you're going, "Ugh, all men are awful.
Yeah, no
It's like,
kidding.
well, yeah, you're
They
surrounded
sure
by male
are.
feminists, dude.
Right.
Like maybe go hang out with some regular
Got your
people
problem for you.
who are
Yeah.
like, I don't know, playing a game of cornhole in the backyard and having a piece
Grilling
of chicken or
stuff
something.
or whatever. Yeah.
But you choose to hang out with the pussy hat wearing weirdos who are constantly saying like, now that I'm your friend, you owe me sex.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, all men, am I right? You're right. And that's what they're surrounded by.
Yeah.
So if you're one of these woke, white upper class people
Mm-hmm.
surrounded by a bunch of snooty elitist narcissists, and then you're like, man, it sure is funny how all these white people are snooty elitist narcissists.
Yeah,
And
that's
then they go on
your
a
circle.
crusade about it, not realizing It's them. It's you. It's you.
You're the
Stop.
problem.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the problem. They don't get it. So anyway, I'll tell you what. There are days when I feel all hope is lost. When I look to the news, and what do I see? They banned books. They banned art. They banned art.
It's okay, Tim. I'm here for you.
But then I see a bunch of like slightly overweight South Philly dudes with baseball bats
Oh, yeah.
being like, you want to come in my neighborhood, smash up my statues? Get out of here, you crazy bum. And I'm like, wow, regular people are snapping off.
So like a young Bernie Sanders.
Young Bernie Sanders.
Pretty much. That's what I'm
Well,
saying here.
young Bernie Sanders probably sounded a bit more like this. Oh, I'm being arrested. Don't
Help,
arrest
help,
me.
I'm being
Health care for
repressed.
everybody. Help, I'm being repressed. Yeah. I mean, look, respect for Bernie for protesting in civil rights. He got arrested for it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
Sure.
I like the photo of him. He's a good dude.
USSR.
But now he's an old dude and he doesn't understand economics and he's got no spine either. You know what we need?
Spines?
We need spines.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Yeah.
need a shipment. Perhaps we can call for an import somewhere. Just a raw shipment of spines to hand out to people.
Not from China.
Not from China.
Yeah,
But maybe we-
Please.
they'd give us breakable
They
spines.
sure would.
Well,
That would
there's
not
an
work.
uptick in 3D printing. Maybe we can just
Print it
print out some
ourselves. Yeah. We got
no,
this.
we don't need spines, but we're pretty good.
I think we're good.
I'm
I
pretty
mean, well, hold
confident.
on.
Yeah.
For you're not liberal.
No,
okay?
I'm not.
But for us, who have been always fairly liberal people,
Yeah.
of liberals, we probably have like the best spines.
Frankly.
Everyone agrees.
the best.
Yes.
We have the best. The best
The
spines.
Tim and Adam, best spines. Everybody agrees.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
Not
That's
likely to
right.
fall out.
China. Just for no reason.
I've been fishing before, and I didn't lose my
Spine.
spine.
Did not fall out.
Dude,
Check.
I wonder what it is that makes a bunch of spineless people. And I don't care if you're a liberal, if you're conservative, if you're progressive, if you're far right, whatever. How do you end up with people who are just so pathetic and weak that they won't stand up for themselves? What's that saying? If you don't stand for anything, you'll fall. If you
You
don't,
don't stand for something.
you'll fall for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that? Was that Public Enemy?
I
Or was
don't
that a
know.
famous quote?
That's basically
It's a-
what we've been saying about people not having purpose. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't have a purpose to stand for.
So they just believe
Yeah.
whatever garbage is shoveled down their throat.
Right.
Right.
Man.
Yeah, it used to be even just being American, like that was what people could stand. Like, man, well, I'm American. I'm, living the American dream.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Dude.
As far as this craziness that I'm seeing every day, but I don't believe that. For one, I don't believe it. I think people are going to realize, or certain people are going to realize that most Americans are like, no, we're proud of America. We're
Yeah.
proud of where we live. We're proud of this land, and
Not
we are
Democrats.
living the American dream.
Right.
This is a weird
And that's
thing.
all races too. I'm not. That's not. There's no. Don't try to make it a racial thing, because it's not. It's people living in
Dude.
America.
They are teaching kids to hate this country.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
the
true.
scary thing is,
That's it.
I was talking to a friend of mine about this, about what it means to live in this country and what this country accomplished compared to other countries, and I'm like, I think a lot of these woke white lefties don't understand what it really means that this country has civil rights, and there are a lot of European countries that also have civil rights, but as they start to bring back the racialization of law, I'm like, you realize there are very, very few countries that accept cohabitation. Like we had Loving Day recently. That's why I bring it up.
Right.
Loving Day is the anniversary of when the Supreme Court ruled interracial cohabitation and marriage was acceptable. And I mean literally, like, you couldn't have a roommate who was not your race.
It's so messed up.
Yeah, it's
That's
crazy,
crazy,
right?
dude.
Well, there are still many countries where it's still considered extremely taboo. Like most countries, actually.
Yeah.
And
well,
here in-
most people probably don't even know that.
Yeah.
They don't.
We're not
that
aware.
that still exists.
Because
Yeah.
they live in an ivory tower.
Yep.
Seriously.
That's what America. What's that saying? Who said it? The gun rights thing? He said, "Just call the police." Is a tower so ivory that you'll go blind from looking at it?
I had not heard that. I have not heard that quote.
Yeah,
Let me look it up.
Look it up. Look it up.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's a really, really good quote. This dude basically calls out liberals who are like, if you're in danger, you don't need to defend yourself. Call the police. And he said, just call the police. It's a tower so ivory that it'll blind.
Yeah,
Did you
I see it.
find it?
No, hold on.
A tower so ivory or something. I'm
I'll
sure they're
remember that.
pulling it up.
I'm sure they'll find it before me. They usually do.
It's an awesome quote. But it reminds me of these people who grew up in the suburbs. They have, man, it's amazing. They go to these colleges and they're told by their professors, here's what you have to do to be a good person. And then I end up with these people coming to me and they're like, I'm from Naperville. My parents paid my college.
Yeah.
Let me teach you about what racism really is. And I'm like, let me stop you right there, buddy. I'm from the city.
Yeah.
On the south side. Let me tell you about racism. And they say, you're a bigot.
How dare you?
You would understand
try to
because
tell
you
me.
have white privilege. I'm like,
Tell me
Did you
about
find
that.
it?
Tell me
Did you
about
find it?
that.
No, I can't find it anywhere.
Gene Wilder.
What was it from? Gene Wilder?
No.
No.
Oh,
Some
okay.
guns
I
rights.
was
That's
guy.
just one of my
Okay.
favorite memes because
somebody-
Gene Wilder's amazing.
I don't know if
and-
somebody found it yet.
For sure.
Tell me more. Tell me more about how.
Oh yeah,
about that
yes,
thing that you do?
Yes, I know that meme. I love
Gene
it.
Wilder is the boss.
I was like-
One of the great OG comedians
I need to
was
watch
in
his stuff
Blazing
again.
Saddles, which
my gosh,
I'm
we just got that.
I'm shocked it hasn't been SJW'd out to Oblivion.
I can't wait to see it.
Don't you dare do it.
Don't do it. Don't give them ideas, Adam.
Nah, man. I
found it.
It's too late. Someone's gonna see it eventually.
Tim
It's-
has located it.
I believe it's from Caleb Howe.
Okay.
I just Googled it.
I've not heard
Sure.
this name.
He said banning weapons is the most white privilege idea ever. Rich liberals scoffing at the idea that a person might need to defend their own life is a tower so ivory you can't look at it in direct sunlight. It's the personal safety equivalent of just have the maid do it.
Oh, boom.
dang.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh,
A tower
snap.
so
I love it.
ivory you
Caleb
can't
Howe.
look directly at it.
Yeah, man.
I think that's his quote.
Wow.
But I bring that up. It's not a direct. It doesn't directly correlate with what I was saying, but it does in the sense that these rich white suburbanite progressives are the epitome of what they claim to be fighting against. Cause like how do you fight that when there's people like, could you imagine the vampire hunters show up to the town hall like, we're here to fight the vampires, and then they have fangs and they're covered in blood and you're like, it's literally you, and they go, shut up, vampire, and then they start stabbing you.
They kill you real quick.
Yep, that's what it is.
Yep.
It's like, it's them, dude. They're the zombies. They're not zombie hunters, man. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. We do the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. If you want to catch the full show, tune in to this channel, subscribe, hit the like button, or check us out on iTunes and Spotify, and we will soon have this podcast up for free on all podcast platforms. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all in the next episode.